Welcome, everybody. My name is Sean Moffitt. I'm a founder of the Gray Swan Guild, and I wanted to talk to you for about 5 minutes about a program that's going into, I guess, the second chapter of its life. It's appropriate I use the term chapter because we are talking about the Gray Swan Guild Book Club. We talked about doing a book club in our guild forever, and based on the great initiative and efforts of Ralph Mercer and a number of other people, we actually did it in 2024. And so this video represents kind of where we want to take it next. I've got about 10 things to say about it, but at the end of the day, we want your involvement. So if you're receiving this message via email or online, we think we've got something really unique and distinctive that I think there'd be a lot of people interested in, but also just want to get, at minimum, the commitment of 20 people to make our late 2024 and 25 offering just sing harmoniously. So anyway, I did mention I have 10 things to say. I'll try to be quick about this. For those that might not even know who we are, who is the sponsoring entity behind this? Myself and Rob Tyree, we founded an organization called Gray Swan Guild. It's been in operation since 2020, and our mission is to make sense of the world together. And so naturally, it doesn't take too long to go, wow, you know what? Books try to make sense of the world, hopefully doing it in new and distinctive ways. Let's try to navigate that. So we launched a venture called the GSG Book Club, and really the purpose of this video is fourfold. One, it's to canvas as many interested, passionate people that want to take a little bit of a stake in this, and at minimum, once in every 3 months, read a book, analyze it, discuss it, hopefully podcast it. And so that's one thing. We want your commitment, your effort to do that. Two, a little bit of a pivot. I know Ralph has been such a focal point this first year in terms of being the leader of this group. Ralph's got a number of personal and professional commitments this year. He's still going to be involved. He's still quite interested in this, but I'll be taking over as the leader of this in this transition. I'm looking for 3 other people to really be kind of potential future leaders, but certainly people that want to be focused on, how do we organize this? What's the direction? What are the new books that we need to be changing? I'll talk a little bit in this video about elevating what we do next year and some changes that are coming. And I'll give you a glimpse of what next is. We'd love your input, obviously, but there is a full slate of things that we'd like to get at. So what's our book club vision? And it's not committed to memory yet, so I'll read it here. Together, we seek to broaden our understanding and enrich our worldviews through the power of literature and meaningful dialogue. So, number of things there. Together, certainly broadening our understanding and doing it through both the reading aspect of it and the sharing aspect of it, and some inspiration. Reading to the world is what exercise is to the body, and I kind of like that. It's kind of, some people need personal trainers or just a regular regimen of going to the gym. We think that your mind needs that as well. So book club elements. Historically, this has been a group of people that have committed to read a book, get together once every month or 2 months, and actually have a great discussion. That will remain and continue with some changes. What we want to do on top of that is hopefully summarize what we chat about, both as we make our own notes and as we discuss it and collisions happen. Hopefully interview the author behind the book. We're going to make a concerted effort to actually outreach to the authors. Some of them very popular, some of them not, but interesting nonetheless, and try to interview them. We want a podcast. So once we get through our public event, we want to get that group of 5 people that have committed to discuss the book and actually podcast it. We want to have a dedicated website where we can profile all of the inputs and outputs and people involved. And let's not forget, we also have a book festival at the start of December, end of the year. We're going to be doing our 3rd book festival this year. It's a 12-hour celebration cavalcade of authors, and we hope you'll be there. It's December 6th this year. From a pivot standpoint, our 5th element we want to get across. Obviously, Ralph led this in a different way than I'll probably lead this. I think what we want this to be, in my world, we're all consumed by time. The clock is our biggest enemy. So my hope is we can be agile. We can eliminate a lot of the BS that sometimes our guild offerings, and maybe not our book club, but guild offerings have, and hopefully think and do, actually create some stuff together as a group. So I'm looking for a 1-year commitment of other people, 3 really committed people and 20 others to become part of our group. We've got a schedule that's out there. We thought last year, wow, let's have some real announcement value. And when we do the event before, we'll announce what the next book is. Ta-da! Well, it turns out that we just didn't leave enough time for us to kind of organize around it, but also to read the book. And so what we want to be doing next year is to do a 3-month moving cycle. So we'll always know ahead of time 3 months of what the book should be. And my hope is the topics can be a little bit broader. We've done a lot of tech and AI focused books for good reason. This is probably the most superheated topic that we have this year, but we'd love to talk about some of the other 11 different aspects of the guild beyond technology. And so we want to broaden at least a little bit of the footprint of the topics that we cover, whether it's futures, whether it's workplace and leadership and innovation and humans and impact and learning and sense making and the marketplace and the economy. And I'm missing 1 or 2, maybe culture. So that's another thing. And we also we recognize some people, they're time strapped, they want to join a book club, but they have no time to read the book. That's fine, and we love you, and we'd love you involved, and hopefully you can at least do some research before you join us. But even if you don't, you can spark to what the discussion has been about. We want to do 90-minute events next year where at least the first 45 minutes is governed by 5 people that have committed to read the book, that have read the book, that have made their own notes, and hopefully have it be a very smart, informed exchange of people that have gone deep on the book. Because truly, I think there's learning there that you don't get from just researching online about a book. The actual turning of the page is important, and so we want to make sure we reward that and also provide a better caliber of discussion. So 6, just and this will be quick. Book club scouts. We're looking for 20 people. Our target is people that are passionate, are committed, that want to do this for a year. Hopefully once every 3 months, you'll be asked to do more than just an average month where it may just be showing up for the event or reading a book in passing. We want to divide and conquer it. Obviously, with 20 people, we're not going to want everybody in one event. You're welcome to join all of them, but having 5 people on each event go deep on the book that we've committed to. And hopefully we'll recognize you, both in terms of online, a web page that will hopefully say who's actually been our front row of contributors. We expect different publishers perhaps to offer us books and other different items. And hopefully just, from time to time, we'll also have our guild publications that we'll be able to offer either a discount or a complete freebie on some of the things that we're doing. So big things in terms of how we're improving the program next year. Just to summarize, we've called this elevation. We're giving advance warning on the future books. We're having some accountability by having these mini wedges on every book that we do, a dedicated website. We're going to outreach to some publishers and see if we can get some free books for us. We're not just going to go to authors that we know. We're going to go to our best authors. We're going to drip out content both before and after these sessions so people go, whoa, I've never heard of this before, and start to find us. We're going to do special editions both of our guild offerings, but also of different guild members that have written a book themselves and that we deem to be relevant to our audiences, and maybe we'll go deep on those. We'll recognize the people involved. We'll communicate through 3 channels: 1, the website; 2, through email; and 3, through WhatsApp for collaboration purposes. And then we'll have some structure to these discussions and how we go about these books. We don't want to reinvent the wheel each time out. So in terms of what we've done previously and what's next, last year, our first book, and granted, this is going to be tough given my background, but Noise by Daniel Kanahan, that was number 1. The Coming Wave by Mustafa Suleyman, number 2. AI Needs You by Verity Harding. All of these great books. 4, Wise Animals, How Technology Has Made What We Are. And 5, How Data Happened. We're pivoting really quickly for the fall. So we've got a slate of 2 books that thankfully I've just received in the mail. On October 23rd, we're going to do a book called Leadership by Algorithm by David de Kremer. For those that want to be involved, it's a very short one. And one of my favorites, On the Edge. I'll be leading this discussion, The Art of Risking Everything by kind of the famed pollster Nate Silver. Talks about different people that are in the game of accepting and taking on risk, like innovators and gamblers and politicians and others. A bit of a thicker book, but certainly a great intrigue. So that's going to be on November 15th. And then we will have our book festival December 16th. We're looking for people that can populate 8 to 12 kind of different discussions a year and do a thorough approach to all of those things. What have I missed? Respond to us. You know you want to do this. Reading can be such a lonely endeavor. We want you to join us. We want you to share. My hope is you'll accrue as much value back to you as you've put into this venture. We're looking for 3 people that can go deep and 20 scouts that want to, every 3 books, 4 books, to actually go deep on some discussions. I've sent this out to 65 people that I think really would enjoy being part of this. My hope is I'm right in my postulation. I'll probably send another note if we don't get quorum. I'd rather not. You are on my A list if you're receiving this video directly. So please, if for no other reason, I'd love to get in touch with you, but I'd love you also be part of this light, agile way of actually learning, of actually connecting with people around the world and actually producing something really, really cool together. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'll leave it off. We always leave off things with a quote. I did have a Robert Louis Stevenson quote, something, I'll see if I committed it to memory. I always have 2 books in my pocket, one for reading and one for writing about what I've read about. So that's kind of what we're doing here at the book club. My hope is you'll get involved. Please get in touch with me. Best way to do it, you can obviously LinkedIn me. I'm probably on there every day, but best email is Sean, SEAN, at wiki-brands, brands.com. And certainly join our LinkedIn group at Grace Swan, GSG Book Club. We'll get you there on LinkedIn as well. Hopefully you'll join. I really look forward to getting at our next books together. And my hope is you can join us for the entire length of 2025. And with that, happy reading, everybody, and happy book clubbing.